Hello and welcome to the first episode of basic training of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. In this video we're going to be doing normal summoning, pretty much the basics. So what you need to know about monster cards and how to summon them. So the first type of card is a normal monster. Normal monsters are yellow in colour. They have the same thing, they have the name of the monster up at the top, the attribute, the level just below it, see the 4 stars, the picture, and then the most important parts. Okay, so in the brackets we have the type. This card is a warrior type. Underneath, for a normal monster, you just have a little bit of a description about it. Then below that, you have its attack and defense scores. So Celtic Guardian's attack is 1400 and its defense is 1200. So this card is a level 4 monster card. This means you can just summon it straight to the field without having to tribute by placing it like that, facing away from you towards your opponent. If you wish to set a card, which means place it in defense mode, if your monster is level 4 or below, you can place it on its side, facing them face down. This means if your monster is attacked, you use its defense points to calculate the damage. If your defense points are higher than your opponent's attack, then your monster survives and they take the damage that you would have taken. If your monster is in attack mode, you use the attack points to calculate damage. So, if a monster with higher attack attacks my Celtic Guardian, I take the difference between the 2 attacks and my monster is destroyed. If my monster has higher attack points than their attack, their monster is destroyed and they take the difference in damage. If the attack points are the same, both monsters get destroyed and neither player takes damage. Normal monsters can come in a variety of forms. Monsters can range from levels 1 to 12. Monsters with level 4 need no tributes. Monsters between 5 and 6 need 1 tribute. Monsters between 7 and 8 and beyond need 2 tributes. Dark Magician is a level 7 spellcaster type normal monster. This means it requires 2 tributes for it to go on the field. However, monsters that need a higher level of tribute and a higher level have higher attack and defense. Dark Magician's attack is 2500, while its defense is 2100. In fact, its description states it's the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense. So say you're playing a game against somebody, and you wanted to summon Dark Magician. You have Celtic Guardian on the field. You have to summon at least one other monster in order for you to tribute both of them in your next turn and summon Dark Magician. You cannot summon this any other ways unless you have a spell or trap card or a monster card that tells you you can. So that's normal monsters. Now let's move on to effect monsters. Karibo is a level 1 effect monster. It's a dark attribute, fiend type, and next to fiend you can see it says effect. Instead of a little description of the card underneath, you'll have what the monster does. For example, Karibo has, during your opponent's turn at damage calculation, you can discard this card. You take no battle damage from that turn. This is from battle this turn. So basically, this means a monster can activate an effect, sometimes within the hand, on the field, or in the graveyard. These effects are very helpful for you to win the duel, and are essential. You need it if you're running a deck that's only normal monsters. That's risky, but it works sometimes. But it's always good to have at least one normal effect monster in there, because that can give you an edge. Because it can help you do things that you wouldn't normally do. So Karibo is level 1, which means that we can summon it onto the field and we can set it face down. However, it's very weak. It only has attack 300 and defense 200, so you need to protect it somehow if you're going to summon it on the field for a tribute later. So just like normal monsters, effect monsters also have a level and they follow the tributing rule. So effect monsters of level 4 and below you can summon directly to the field. Effect monsters at 5 and 6 you have to tribute 1 for. And effect monsters that are level 7 or higher, you have to tribute 2 monsters for. So Buster Blader is a level 7 Earth type monster. It's a warrior, but it's also effect because it gains 500 attack for every dragon type monster in your opponent's field or graveyard. So with its attack of 2600, it's a very, very good card, especially against dragons, or someone's using a dragon deck. So if you want to beat someone who's using Blue Eyes White Dragon, you know, they're being all pro duelist by having a full Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, you know you can counter it with Buster Blader. And the good thing about Buster Blader is that it comes with a variety of other summoning, fusion summon monsters that have even more power, so you can use it with them to bolster your deck and make it even better. So, like before, you have to tribute 2 monsters in order to summon Buster Blader. So, if I had Karibo and Celtic Guardian and even Dark Magician on the field, and I realised I wanted to summon Buster Blader because it would be a better play, I contribute both of these to summon Buster Blader. You can set monsters of a level 5 or higher, but you have to tribute the same number of tributes. So if I wanted to set Buster Blader, I'd have to tribute both of these, but instead of summoning it, I place it face down like that. Placing a card face down means that the opponent doesn't know what it is. It could be a monster that can't be destroyed when in defense mode. It could be a monster with 2,500 defense. It could be a monster that's stronger than theirs all over, and that you just don't want to show it now because you're toying with them. It might work with a trap card that you've gotten, but this is your main form of defense if you have no other strategy to do. So don't summon a monster face up unless you have to special summon it in defense mode, because you have to reveal that monster to a person. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about summoning, leave them below and I'll try to answer them. This was a little bit of a short thing because I was just trying to experiment with what I have to do and everything. So next turn we'll talk about fusion monsters, and next in the monster cards we'll know about fusion monsters, then we'll move on to Synchro and then Xyz, then Pendulum. I'll also do a separate one for spells and a separate one for traps. So yeah, look out for those if you need help with Yu-Gi-Oh! And see you later. Bye!